Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books. Well, it just came out last night that there will be more layoffs at Warner Brothers Discovery today. We found this out from an article in Hollywood Reporter. More layoffs coming Tuesday at Warner Brothers Discovery. And there's a picture of this woman. She is Channing Dungey, and she is... She has a TV group that she's in charge of at Warner Brothers Discovery. So we're going to find out why they're featuring her. What's interesting is, you hear all these stories about Warner Brothers layoffs and, they're not notifying people, they're not telling people. Well, this is an exclusive update from the Hollywood Reporter. And where do you think that information comes from? It comes from people being notified like, hey, these are the layoffs. This is what's going to be happening. And they run and they start reporting it to Hollywood Reporter. So Hollywood Reporter is making this into a story. It is a story. It's interesting. It is a story. But when you hear like, well, why aren't they telling people, way in advance that they're doing this, they're doing that? It's because as soon as they start telling people, people start leaking it to media and chaos ensues. So people don't even know like, okay, well, for example, you'll see in this article, this is an announcement that updates that our layoffs are happening today. This isn't very, very specific about, well, from where and from who. So now people in all of these departments of the company need to panic until they hear if they've been laid off or not. See, so I don't know if Ms. Dungey was leaking this to the Hollywood Reporter, but that's why companies don't just say, oh, okay, well, look, we're going to lay people off and we'll let you know in a few weeks. And, first of all, they have to get to the bottom of whatever decision they're going to make. And the second is they have to control the information so that people aren't freaking each other out at the entire company and completely disrupting operations. Obviously, it's within their power to lay people off. They've done it before. They're doing it again. Let's get into the article. Before we do, please do subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up when you like it. And I really do appreciate the support of the channel. Has been amazing. I really, really thank you for that. Okay. Sources say Channing Dungey's Warner Brothers, she must be mad. She knows who's being laid off. It's probably not her. Or we would have heard about that specifically. But she's losing some people and some power, very most likely. Another round of layoffs is coming Tuesday at Warner Brothers Discovery. Sources tell the Hollywood Reporter that as part of Warner Brothers Discovery's CEO David Zaslav's effort to find $3 billion in post-merger cost savings, that layoff will impact several departments in the merged companies. By the way, from CFO Gunnar Wiedenfels, he's already announced and made official that they found $1 billion in annual run rate savings, which is $1 billion in saved overhead. It's already been implemented. They already know what they're doing. The rest of these cuts, they're just going to keep adding up to more savings for these guys. Among those expected to be impacted are Channing Dungey's Warner Brothers Television Group, which includes scripted, unscripted, and alternative studios, possibly DC Comics, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, and other units. Still haven't found any good news. I am looking, but still haven't found any good news for Cartoon Network or Adult Swim. I don't think they're getting rid of them, but I haven't seen anything to get very positive about any new great investments and changes in any of the animation. If you guys see any articles, by the way, happy to check them out. Hit me up on Twitter, at Comics We Love. It's also in the description of the video, always my Twitter address. Reps for Warner Brothers Discovery and Warner Brothers Television declined to comment. Okay. News that additional layoffs are coming is not necessarily new information, though the Tuesday timing is. A wave of layoffs hit Casey Bloy's HBO Max and HBO teams in August, with an estimated 70 staffers let go as part of a larger restructuring. And those were a lot of reality show programmers, like high-end reality shows, expensive stuff that they didn't need anymore because they got Discovery. All facets of the merged Warner Brothers Discovery are being examined as Zaslav looks to save billions in staff redundancies and other areas. Sources tell, who are these sources, that the Hollywood Reporter, that lower-level executives may be the focus of the layoff at Warner Brothers Discovery. Lower-level executives. You know what? It's going to be based on merit. It's not going to be based on what you look like or who, what culture you grew up in, or it's going to be based on what are you contributing to the company right now, and what do we think you're going to contribute in the future, and what is our strategy for what we're doing. For example, canceling all the reality stuff at HBO Max that was expensive to produce. They don't need reality stuff at HBO Max because they have Discovery. It's known for tons of reality programming that people like and watch. So, lower level executives. Other departments like sales are rumored to be looking to cut costs by 20 to 30% through a combination of layoffs, travel, and expense savings and supplier cuts. What they announced for sales was they were going to cut as many as 30% of the sales staff. Whether they're cutting that or not, we just don't know yet. The Warner Brothers Film Group is likely not going to be impacted as part of Tuesday's layoffs, as its new executive regime needs time to acclimate and get used to the environment. Additional layoffs at other Warner Brothers Discovery divisions are expected. HBO Max and Discovery Plus will be merged into one service next year, one app. Executives are currently debating a new name for the service, as sources say much of the discussion of the HBO name remains part of it, or if a more broad name for the service would work better. They're figuring that out. But there are going to be layoffs. They're supposed to be announced today. This woman in this picture, Ms. Dungey, does not look very happy. It's probably people from her department. She probably had something to do with leaking the information. But there will be layoffs, and I'll do another video when we know more specifically where the layoffs are coming from and who's affected. It's not going to be 3 people. But it's probably not going to be 3,000 people. It'll be some number. And again, they're suggesting that her TV group is going to lose some lower level executives doing, I don't know what they were doing, but we'll find out. And then also possibly DC Comics, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, and other units in the company. All right, that's it. So go ahead, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, click the bell for notifications, give me a thumbs up when you like it. I will keep you updated on the story. It's interesting to see them doing layoffs. I do track all of their layoffs, and it's part of change and improvement at the company. So let's see what happens. All right, I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you. Oh, also special thanks to Marcos, who sent me this story before I saw it anywhere else. Appreciate that. Thanks, guys.